Well, good morning, neighbor. Oh, I just figured I'd get some fresh air out here on the porch. Figured you wouldn't mind. Helps me wake up just spending a little while sitting and taking in the start of the day. What's that? Why didn't I wake you up? Well, you were just sleeping so soundly and I didn't want to disturb you. Of course, it was also about 5 a.m., so I didn't know if you'd take too kindly to being disturbed that early. I know you city folk ain't used to those early mornings and all. All right, all right. I stand corrected. I guess a morning commute in the city would have you up pretty bright and early. I have to say, though, with no disrespect to the city lifestyle, I would much rather wake up early to my animals in the sunrise than wake up to go sit in traffic and stress. Yeah, maybe that's true. Maybe some people do get used to it. I never did. Oh, sure, I did my time in the city. I know I looked like I was born in a barn and never left, but, no, I had big ideas when I was real young. I was 17 and already trying to make it in the city. Spent a long few years sitting in traffic and holding down whatever job I could get my hands on. Thought it would make me feel free. Never did. Every time I came back and visited here, I would just sit and listen to the quiet. Realize how much I missed it. So, soon enough, I gave up fighting to be something that wasn't really me and decided to just choose what made me happy instead. And I haven't regretted it for a single minute. What's that? Is that why I chose you? Oh, I guess so. Definitely was one of the happiest choices I ever made. Now, why don't you come here and sit on my lap for a bit? Okay. Sure, you can sit on my lap indoors if that would make you more comfortable. Honestly, I think I've spent so many years seeing the sunrise on a cold morning like this that I don't even really notice it anymore. No wonder you're chilly, though, wearing that little number. Now, don't tell me that you put on this cute outfit for my sake. Well, I'm very, very flattered. Though if I can be honest, wearing that just makes me want to take it off of you. All right. Now, how about you come over here and straddle me and sit down on my lap? Help me warm up after such a cold morning. That's better. Hi, sweetheart. Sorry, I shouldn't act so familiar after just one night. I have a bad habit of trying to be very affectionate very quickly when I like someone, so, my apologies. Oh, yes, exactly. This is what I do with every neighbor that moves in. I just wait for that snowstorm to hit and then come to save them and see what happens. Honestly, though, I just kind of stopped looking for that kind of action a while ago. It was usually fun enough, but just left me wishing I had something more, you know? Oh, sure, I dated here and there. Some real good ladies, too. Not their fault it didn't work out. It was just never quite, I don't know. Hard to know what you're looking for sometimes until you find it. And then when you find it, it's hard to say what it feels like when you meet, someone special. How it felt meeting someone like you. There I go again, acting like you're all mine. What is wrong with me? I'm sorry. I want to be very clear that if last night was just a fun fling for you, that's perfectly fine. No hard feelings or nothing. It's okay? You sure it doesn't bother you? Is that so? You really like me. Well, I like you too. I like you a lot, darling. Honestly, I ain't really thought much about anyone else since I met you. Well, if you want to keep me around for a bit, give me a chance to prove myself, I swear that I'll make you feel safe and I'll make you feel special, darling. If you'll let me, of course. Is that what you want, sweetheart? So is that a maybe? I had so much fun with you last night. Yeah, I could tell you were having a good time. I love the kind of enthusiasm you have. Seemed like you were ready for just about anything, giving or receiving. And I know I asked last night, but I wasn't too rough, was I? All right, I just wanted to make sure. It's just real important to me that you feel safe. Now, what is that little smirk for? I could have gone a little harder. Is that so? You know, if I didn't know better, I'd think you're a bit kinkier than I may have expected. Oh, I'm right, aren't I? Look at you starting to blush. Oh, come on now, no need to be shy with me. You don't want to freak me out. Oh, you silly thing. Now listen here. Don't let the way I talk fool you into thinking I'm not a very, open-minded individual. I told you, I ain't been living on a farm my whole life. I've spent my fair share of time exploring my sexual interests. I'm guessing you have too. Or maybe you're just getting started and hoping you could explore a little more. Is that what it is? Like if I asked you to be my good girl for me, what do you think you'd say to that? I felt that little shiver run through you. You like the sound of that, don't you? Maybe you want me to use all of you however I want. Maybe a little discipline now and then. Hey, look at me. Tell me what you want, darling. Go on, it's all right. Be a good girl for me. Do you want to play a little harder? I thought so. Well, you'll be glad to know that I have more than a little experience in dominating good girls like you. So why don't you be honest and tell me what you want? All right. Degradation and discipline. Understood. It's all right. You keep going, you little slut. Oh, I'm just teasing you. Oh, but look at the way you bite your lip. You're full of fun surprises, ain't you? Go on, what else? Getting tied up? Okay. Hair pulling and choking? Those are the main ones. Well, it's a good selection, I'll say that much. Anything else? Oh, come on now, I can tell there's more, you're just being shy. Baby, what is it? What does my good girl need? Hey, look at me. What is it? I see. Now what are you apologizing for? Hey, it's all right. I mean, if we're gonna, be a thing together, then I don't ever want you to apologize unless you actually did something wrong. No saying sorry for being honest or vulnerable with me. All right? That's my good girl. I guess I was right when I called you a little wildcat last night. I like it. Now, do you want me to start you with a little preemptive discipline? Just to get you ready to be good for me and submit? All right then. But first, before we do anything, we need to set some boundaries. Now, I will never make you do anything you don't want to do. I may push you to the limits of what you're asking me, but you just say the word and we stop, okay? I always want to make sure you feel safe, you understand? Good. Now we need to pick a safe word. Now I want you to pick it, that way it'll be easy for you to remember. So what do you want it to be? Snowstorm. I like that, baby. God damn, you are something else, darling. Who'd have thought that my cute neighbor would be such a good girl for me? My good girl. All right, let's get started. Unfortunately, I do not have all the implements that I usually use for this kind of fun, so we'll have to make do with what we have. Now, let's see. I'd like to tie you up because I know you like that, but I may have to run over to my place to get the necessary equipment. What's that? My survival bag? Well, that's not really the intended use for it, but, now that you mention it, I've got some good rope in there I could use. You've got something else you want me to use? Well, then you better go get it before you're all tied up, huh? Yeah, go on and get whatever you need. All right, let's see. Where is it? All right, there it is. Now, what have you got there? A riding crop? Oh, we're talking. You like having that used on you, huh? You tried it before? Really? You've had it done, but they could have gone harder. Well, all right, my tough little miss. Let's see what you can really take, then. Now, come on. Let's go to the bed. All right, now. Now go lay on the bed for me on your stomach and bring your head right to the edge of the bed, okay? There you go. That's it, good girl. Now put your hands behind your back. There you go. Now I'm gonna get your hands tied up nice and tight, and then I'm gonna tie your legs together good and snug, just to make sure you can't move out of the way of your spankings. Now let's get these hands tied up. That's it. That feel okay, darling? All right, let's tie these legs up now. There we go. That's better. Now let me come get in front of you. Oh, you look so good like this, baby. So fucking helpless.